Through the dark, she cuts the chains. Through the greed, through the pain.
Gotta love anime physics.
Blades of justice, she's the spark, lighting up the
Don't worry, I won't spoil who wins this fight. Haha. Domain expansion before JJKB like.
Sharp and true.
Anime has lots of interesting and quirky characters. At the same time, there are also many who are just overdone tropes, such as being excessively cute or naive. However, every so often, there are a few standouts, such as the selfless assassin Akame from the anime series Akame ga Kill. With that being said, let's meet Akame.
Looks like it's too late to complain.
You're not a target.
Huh?
Stomp that boy like a Goomba? But he's fine, because Akame doesn't kill innocents, unlike me and my boy Ronald
You
Funk.
are. You're done.
Now that was an awesome introduction to Akame, a member of the group of the relatively noble yet kinda cray assassins known as Night Raid. Akame is a good example of a female anime character that embodies strength and femininity without coming off as woke or cringy. Akame's character shows how a woman can be compassionate and emotionally perceptive while also being a capable warrior. Akame's calm composure, discipline, and deep sense of loyalty reveal an inner strength that provides more character depth than a concept such as sheer physical ability.
What are we making?
It's croquettes and rice.
Croquettes and rice for breakfast? She really is a psychopath.
Akame is literally 0% psychopath. Anyway, skip ahead to avoid a minor spoiler. One of my favorite examples of Akame's femininity is her caring nature for her fellow Night Raid members. In this cute scene, she helps Mine by offering to help feed her due to Mine's inability to raise her fork to eat. It is a beautiful reminder that Akame is a kind person despite her role as an assassin. Hence, Akame's strength is balancing her kind nature with her duty to delete peeps when necessary. This makes Akame comparable to the biblical figure of Jael from the Book of Judges. Jael is a Kenite woman celebrated for her decisive action in a time of conflict between the Hebrew people and the Canaanites, using her cunning to secure victory over the Canaanite peeps by deleting their commander Sisera as he slept.
He sought refuge in my tent, weary from war, trusting my peace. But the Lord had delivered him into my hands. So I took the peg, and I struck.
And thus fell Sisera by the hand of a woman.
Like Akame, Jael operates within the boundaries of her morally ambiguous context during a time of conflict. Both women did not backspace folks out of pleasure or self-gain. In that sense, they are like two peas in a pod of selfless lady assassins. In terms of how Akame speaks, I will not be going into great detail on that, due to the fact that there may be important characteristic differences between the original language and the various dubs for the show. Nevertheless, what I can say is that in English, her voice is very soft, and her words are generally carefully thought out. At the same time, she does not come across as a doormat, and is willing to speak up whenever she feels like her feelings are being misunderstood. For example, when Tatsumi says that Akame seems to be taking well the loss of a character, who I will not name to avoid spoilers, Akame quickly reprimands Tatsumi by telling him that he has the wrong impression about how she feels. This is colored weirdly, because YouTube keeps blocking this video worldwide, because you know, regular people can't even do a commentary. No more nice things, I guess.
You think that I'm calm.
Moreover, Akame's kind nature, having to be set sometimes aside, presents the uncomfortable reality that violence is sometimes necessary. However, it must never be people's first reaction to problems. In a later scene, when someone who I will not disclose is kidnapped, Akame does not react with anger and rush in to kill the responsible party. Instead, she remains level-headed to form a plan of action with her allies, despite considering the person who was kidnapped as family. Furthermore, Akame uses a sword not necessarily as her sole way of life, but as a necessary tool. Hence, she does not necessarily live by the sword. The Jesus saying about those who live by the sword will die by the sword is more about the kind of people who resort to violence to solve all their problems as the ones who are most likely to die by violence. Jesus spoke these words to his follower, Peter, who raised his sword and swung at one of the Romans who was sent out to arrest him. Peter's cause was arguably noble, but very misguided by his emotions in the heat of the moment. Thus, Akame is a woman who is guided by a kind heart and a sense of justice. She did not seek glory or recognition, as her actions stemmed from duty rather than pride. This understated strength highlights a distinctly feminine approach to heroism, one grounded in intuition. For Akame's character, power is not loud or domineering, but calculating. Overall, her persona shows how power and grace can coexist harmoniously within the same person. And she is for sure darn better than those cringy Hollyweird girl boss characters. And in case any of y'all are wondering how a violent anime is even comparable to the Bible, have y'all ever cracked open a physical or even a digital Bible before? That thing is full of some carnage that would make Sukuna blush. Help a brother out, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Not like I'm asking y'all to vote me in for a third term.